It's Tammy here with Simply Stitched Scrapbooking. I am the owner and designer of Simply Stitched Kits. Today we are going to do Happy Paw Days album. It's a mini album. Thank you all for purchasing this if you're going to craft along with me. If you haven't gotten your kit and you are interested after watching the video, I still do have a few left. You can get your kit at www.simplystitchedscrapbooking.net. So let's get started. I'm going to put that right here. All right, so your kit will come in a bag. You pull it out because everything is in place where it needs to go on the pages, so you don't have to do all the sorting. All right. So what I'm going to do is set it up in front of me as I'm making a mess here. And I'm going to grab the first page here. All right. So with our first page, the first thing we're going to do is take our puppy paper and we're going to adhere that down. All right. So when you adhere it, you're going to go to the far right corner so that you leave your punched holes exposed. Okay. Then we are going to take our stripe piece. And that is going to go across the top. Oops, hold on here. All right. It's going to go across like that. So you can either snip that piece off or you can just fold it over and we'll cover it up on the next side. I'm just going to fold mine over. Okay. So once you get that done, go ahead and take your two photo mats and place them, the cream one inside of the brown one, the darker brown one. I see I got a couple of leaves from my other kid over there. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So once you have that done, you go ahead and put adhesive on the back of that. We're going to adhere it just like that. Then we're going to go ahead and take the bulbs and we're going to put that right across there. Just going to use this adhesive. So what special pet are you making your album for, or are you giving it as a gift? I have two little pups myself. Oops. Try to get that on straight here. I have a Min Pin who's about 8 years old, and her name is Brittany. Okay, so it should look like that. So then we're going to take the Happy Paw Days sticker and I'm going to snip this off here so it's straight. And then I'm going to use some poppy tape behind this so it raises it up a little bit. So I have my little Brittany, who is a Min Pin, and then I got a puppy in January of this past year, and his name is Toby. And he is part hound, part lab. He is pretty adorable. Pretty sassy. Okay. So there we go. That is our completed first page. All right, so we're going to flip that over. And grab our stuff for the next page here. I had an extra piece, you might also, that might be for somewhere down the road here. Sometimes if we forget to put something in, then we just stick it to the front of the page there. So just keep that on the side till we get done. So first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and adhere these together. You have two of these. So go ahead and do that. Perfect. And we do have an awesome show special for you today that I will reveal at the end of the video. All right, so we got those two right there. Okay, so I'm going to take first our big piece here. We're going to adhere that to the very top of the page. And like I said, you could cut that one piece or just flip it over. You're going to cover it up anyway. All right, so that's what you're looking like. Okay, then you are going to have the light bulb that is going to go all the way across your page. So probably about a ½ inch above the cream piece, like that. We're gonna tack this piece down here. It says, oh Christmas tree, your ornaments are history. Have any of you guys had a catastrophe with your Christmas ornaments with your pet? Well, my little Brittany, who's trying to get up here right now, she always loves to find her gifts. She always knows which ones are hers too. It's really weird, and it's not bones. It must be the smell of the plastic that she can tell the smell of a squeaky toy. But she'll find her gifts under the tree. If they're under the tree before Christmas, she will find them and she will open them. She will not wait until Christmas. It's pretty comical. I think that's one of my favorite things is watching her open her presents. Okay, so this is what we have so far. All right. And then we also should have a strip on the bottom here. And whoops, I might have used the wrong piece. Let's see. Nope, I did not. All right, well, I know there's a piece on the next page. It looks like this. So if you are missing this piece, if we don't come across it in the kit, email me and I'll have to send it out to you. So what we're going to do is take it to here. I'm going to snip it because I might have done that too. Whoops. Snip it. Tuck it under your photo mat. Alright, and then you need just a little bit on, tuck it under, cut. Oh, here's Brittany. She's laying down. She came to join us. Now she's going to want me to pet her, so she's going to keep tugging at my arm to pet her. Alright, so that is that page there. So that should be all complete. So I'm going to set that aside. Alright, so, whoops, this next page. So you should have a little piece like this left over, which is not enough to do what we need to do on the other side. And we had extra ornaments, so I'm wondering if there was an error. But if you can't make it work and we don't come across it, like I said, just email me and I'll get it in the mail to you. All right, so we're gonna put the next mat together. The cream onto the blue. Has anybody gotten their Christmas decorations up? I thought about it because we had some really nice days here in Michigan this past weekend and through the week here. And it was very tempting. Don't get worried on this next page if you see the little kitty cats. We're going to cover those up, but I'm sure some of you do have dogs and cats, so if you do have a cat, then don't cover it up. Move your mat over a little bit so that the cats show. All right, so let's go ahead and tack that down. And that's going to go to the very top of the page. Like that. All right. Then we're going to take this page, or this one here. It's going to go like this, I guess. Go ahead and tack that down. And while you're at it, why don't you go ahead and put some adhesive on your little photo mat too. All right, so that's going to go. All right, so I am not going to take the time right now to do it, but I'm going to tell you about it. I'll do it later. Let me show you here on this. I took an X-Acto knife and cut around the top of the tree there so that I could tuck that journaling block underneath the tree. So you can take the time and do that right now if you want, or do it later. And then the same with down here. I cut out a few of the branches with an X-Acto knife so that they could be on top of the photo mat. Gives it a little dimension. Also on the bulbs, I took some stickles, clear stickles, and gave them a little sparkle. If you've never used stickles, great stuff. I love it. All right, so let's go ahead and finish tacking that down. And like I said, if you have a cat, go ahead and don't cocker that cat up. Maybe bring this photo mat over a little bit so you get part of that cat in, just like that. If you don't have a cat, then we are going to bring it over so the cat's not showing, and then again, like I said, go ahead and take your X-Acto knife and cut those out. On this one, we're going to need Bark the Herald Angels Sing. That sticker right there. So take that one off. Again, I used some dimensional tape. Give it a little raised look. All right. So if you don't have a cat, I covered it up like that. If you do have a cat, you might want to put it down a little bit further, or maybe even use it on another page. Okay. All right, so that page is, oh, and then, whoops. Then again, we're gonna need this piece here. So again, like I said, email me if you don't have that extra piece, if we don't come across it. So right now, I'm gonna leave mine off till the very end, and I might just use this ornament instead. We'll see. We'll come back to that. Sometimes you have to improvise. Okay, so next page is 'Tis the Season. All right, let's gather our stuff for the next page. Okay, so the first part I am going to have you just put adhesive on this piece and adhesive on this piece. So go ahead and put your adhesive on both of those. And then we're going to tack those down. All right. And this will be the last CKC home event this year. I look forward to some maybe next year, 2021. I hope we'll be back at the shows next year. Okay, this one, again, it's going to look like this. So don't forget, don't cover up your punch holes. You got to be able to get your ribbon through there. All right, so yes, I hope the shows are back next year. I really miss them. I miss all my friends, and I'm looking forward to coming back next year. All right, so I am going to have you put adhesive on this, and this, if you have both pieces here, you need to cut that bottom part off, or you can leave it. I'm going to leave it. The picture doesn't show it with it, or at least mine doesn't. All right, so go ahead and tack or put adhesive on both of these pieces here. All right, so the paws go to the bottom. Actually, we're going to have to come over and leave a little room. Don't forget, don't cover up your hole punch holes. And this one's going to go right about there. All right, so this is what you have. And you might have a little piece that you need to cut off. This time I'm going to cut that off. All right, so that's where we're at. So again, now if you want to see these cute little dogs, maybe you have one that looks similar to that, you might not want to cover them up. So if you don't want to cover them up, then just rearrange the pieces so that you don't cover them up. All right, so next is we're going to put adhesive on this piece here. It says, every year you dress me. Wonder why I knock over the tree. Okay, I gotta say, I'm guilty of that. Anybody else dress up their pet for Christmas and do photo shoots? But it's so fun, right? They do not like it. Mine do not like it. All right, go ahead and put these here. Actually, Toby we didn't have for Christmas, so Toby has never experienced it. And he actually might be all right with it. He's kind of one of those dogs that let you do anything to him. Brittany, well, she's pretty sassy. Okay, so we have this. Go ahead and put some adhesive on the back. All right. And there we go. So there's our next page. Again, here I took some stickles and I just put a little bit of glitter there. Stickles the 'tis the season. Give it a little bling bling. All right, so on to the next one. Okay. So we're going to have this as our main page. So let's go ahead and tack that down. All right. Okay, that's our page there. All right, go ahead and put your mats together. Cream goes into the dark brown. Okay. All right. go ahead and put adhesive on the backs of your mats once you have those done. Okay, on this particular one also, I used an X-Acto knife. And actually I'm going to show you on the one that's done. So again, I used an X-Acto knife around the bone here, just the edge of it, and cut that out so that I could put it on top of the mat. All right. So right now you should have this for your page. And then we're going to take the little weenie dog in the stocking, and I did pop this up. My daughter has 2 little weenie dogs. Sad story how they got them. One day my son-in-law was, a different son-in-law, was driving to work, and he seen 2 pet carriers in a ditch. And he has 3 dogs, little dogs. Oops, here we go. Let me show you this before I continue with my story. So there's that. Okay, so this page is complete. So we're gonna move along. So anyhow, he saw 2 pet carriers in the ditch, and he thought he'd stop and pick them up for his dogs. So he got out of the car, and it was night. It was early morning. It was dark outside, and when he got out of his car, he heard crying. So go ahead and tack this down. So when he went up to the cages, there were two little weenie dogs, one in each cage, that somebody had thrown in the ditch. And he got both of them and brought them home. He wasn't far from home, and brought them home. And we called around and to see if they belonged to anybody. They didn't have no tags or nothing on them. So long story short, my other daughter and son-in-law and granddaughter decided to keep those 2. So we still have them now. All right. Okay, so for this, these mats here, we are going to gotta make sure you have the right ones. Okay, so you do not want to use Dear Santa. I can explain one. All right, so the other ones will be the stripes, and then you'll also have the cream ones will be your insides of your mats. So go ahead and put that inside your mats. So yeah, it's very sad what some people will do. It's very sad. But they have a good home now, and they're doing very well. They've been with them for probably, seems like about 3 years now. So they're part of our new family. Okay. All right. This is it. Okay. Now, next, before we tack those down, we're going to take off, we're going to put the Merry and the Christmas on. So Christmas, I did pop up. Fingers aren't working very well here. All right. So Christmas is going to go on the very bottom. And then Merry is going to be flat. You will have some extra stickers available. All right, so there's that. Okay, now go ahead and put some adhesive on your two mats. Alright. And we're going to kind of angle these. Okay, so you'll angle those like that. And then we are going to put our Dear Santa, I Can Explain. I did pop this up. It's like I'm running out of tape here, so I'm not going to pop mine up. I'll go back to it later. But I did pop that up to give it a little dimension. Alright, so there's that. And then we have our little paws. So again, you can cut that bottom piece off and just have the paws or leave it on. This time I am going to cut it off. Alright. And then that's going to go down at the bottom. And that's going to go down there at the bottom. Like so. Alright. So that is done. Okay, so we have all our pages done. I am going to go back to that one page where we didn't have that red and green polka dot. So I'm going to see what extra pieces I have here. So I am going to put the polka dot on the bottom here. Okay, and then I'm going to use I'm going to choose well actually, I think I'm going to take the light bulb, since I have light bulbs on the other side of the page. I'm going to carry it through to this side of the page. So like that. All right, so now that our book is complete, we are going to take our strings here. All right, and I'm going to fold it in half and stick it through. Do one of those kind of knots like that. Actually, let's fold it twice. So fold it in half. Oops. Okay, so take it, fold it in half, and then fold it in half again. See if we can get that through. I don't know if my hands will let me get that through. Stinks getting old. The motor skills just aren't what they used to be. Okay. Go ahead and put a knot in it. So then it'll be like that, and then you can cut it to the size you want. And I like to ruffle it all up. Alright, so again, take it, fold it in half, and fold it in half again. And put it through the hole. Do one of those loop knots so you have a loop, and then just stick it through and pull. So this one I'm going to take out and redo it. again. All right, so while I'm finishing this up, I'm gonna let you know about our show special, and then I'm gonna show you some Christmas projects that are gonna be available soon in December that I'm gonna be doing. So our show special this time is going to be, and this is crazy because this is the last one, that's why I'm going so crazy. You're gonna get 30% off your total purchase at simplystitchscrapbooking.net. The coupon code that you'll want to use is THANKFUL, because I'm so thankful for all your support through this rough year. We've made it through, and I'm so grateful for every customer. So I hope you enjoy the great show special tonight, or today, I should say, this weekend. So it's only good for the weekend. And just also to let you know, orders will not go out until the following week because I will be at SeaWorld with my grandkids. All right, so our book is complete, and we are all done. And here's some of the projects that we're going to be doing real quick. This is going to be a craft along day that I'm going to have, so you can do all of them or just some of them. And I will have a video out on that soon, and tell you where you can sign up. So there's that. And I have some cards and some boxes and things. So I just like to thank you again for joining me. God bless you and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.